Well, guys, discussions are now still taking place for players regarding transfers, despite the official window being closed. We know that they can still sign, they can be announced, but just can't be registered until the 16th. And it seems that Newcastle United may well have turned their attention to Jadon Sancho. He is expected to leave Manchester United this summer after rejecting a move to permanently sign for Chelsea. Anthony Elanga's representatives have apparently been on Tyneside at the training ground yesterday discussing a possible move for their player. The new stadium might have been scuppered a little bit because there's a huge petition being handed in demanding a referendum before Newcastle United have even announced what is going to happen with a new stadium. And is the James Trafford deal in doubt after Manchester City revealed they have a 20% sell-on clause for the goalkeeper? Let's do this. Hi everybody, welcome to the Toon Review. My name's Paul. This is, of course, the latest Newcastle United news, and we will start off with the story breaking from many outlets this morning that Newcastle United may well be turning their attention to Jadon Sancho. Now, is this a replacement for Yanga? I don't think so. I just think it's piqued Eddie Howe's interest because Sancho may well be available for a decent price, and that's what it all boils down to for me, is the price. Now, everybody's going to say, yeah, but he's a left-sided player. But as the reports have all stated, he has played a lot on the right-hand side as well. So he does have that utility, which I think may appeal to Eddie Howe. Now, Sancho himself, the last couple of seasons have been a nightmare for him, quite frankly, since he arrived at Manchester United. I watch a lot of Bundesliga, as regular viewers of the channel will know. And when he was at Dortmund for the first time, he was sensational. He was brilliant. The guy could do anything. And then he goes to Manchester United, and under different managers, I genuinely believe he's been mismanaged, because this kid is a footballer. He really is a talent. And there was glimpses when he was at Chelsea last year that it was starting to come back. Now, of course, he had another loan spell with Dortmund, which was really successful, did really well. And is he the type of player that would interest Eddie Howe? I'm not saying he's going to go straight into the 11 or anything like that. We still don't know how the squad is going to look by the time the season kicks off. We don't know who's going, who's coming in. We just have to wait and see. These are very much just stories, but I'm trying to piece together the stories to see where a player like Jadon Sancho would fit in. And maybe I'd like to see him at Newcastle for a decent price, not ridiculous price. Of course, the £25 million was what Chelsea agreed with Manchester United originally. So would Manchester United look at £25 million again and say, yeah, we'll do that, we'll go for it? Because I think £20 to £25 million for a Jadon Sancho style of player, I wouldn't argue with that at all. I still genuinely believe, though, we have four core players who we are chasing. One of them is Yanga, one of them is Gehi, Pedro, and, of course, James Trafford. I think they're the core four that we're after, but I do think we will make additional signings, and if we can get Jadon Sancho in, I don't think I'd be too disappointed with that, because I've seen what this kid's capable of, and if anybody can get him back to playing as well as he did, it's our manager, Eddie Howe. And I'm in no doubt about that. But let me know what you think. Would you like to see Sancho come to Newcastle United? Could Eddie Howe be the man to give him his career back? Let me know what you think. Now, one player that is very heavily linked with Newcastle United, of course, is Anthony Yanga. His representatives were apparently on Tyneside yesterday at the training ground discussing a potential move. Now, there is a lot of teams interested in Yanga, not just from the Premier League, but in Europe as well. And Newcastle United are going to face a very big fight to get this player in the door. This is not a done deal by any stretch of the imagination. Were they actually on Tyneside? I don't subscribe to a lot of people who watch these flights, guys, that say, this flight's come from Nottingham or East Midlands Airport, it's landed at Newcastle. But this was a helicopter route that went straight to near the training ground and back very close to the City ground in Nottingham. So a lot of people have maybe got an idea that it was Yanga's representatives. A few Northeast journalists have said it as well. So there is a possibility here. And look, Yanga's representatives might be just putting feelers out to see what clubs are genuinely interested in him. I think Yanga will leave Nottingham Forest this summer. But again, I think it comes down to valuation and how much we're prepared to pay Forest and how much Forest are looking for. Because we know these clubs, listen, they can demand what they want for the players, of course. Of course they can. No problem at all with that. But we've seen in recent days the Saudi tax mentioned again. And that worries me as a Newcastle United fan. I don't want to see a Saudi tax back again. Christ, that's why we're saying shop overseas. Let's see what's available in the overseas market, rather than going to these English clubs and getting overpriced. So like I say, this deal is still a long way off in my opinion, but if we've spoken to Elanga's representatives and we've sold the club in the way we know we can, then a deal may be on the cards. But again, it's something to keep a very close eye on, because other clubs are interested and we don't want to be set back in our heels again when it's a player that clearly we really want at the football club, and we don't want to lose that opportunity to sign him. Now, with regards to the new stadium, guys, Newcastle United, of course, haven't said sweet God all about a new stadium yet. Of course, we spoke on the live show last night about the Rubens putting little tweets out here and there, teasing the Newcastle United fans. We think it was about the new stadium. Now, nothing has officially been announced by the club. A lot of rumours is that they want to build a new stadium on Leazes Park. I don't think that's a secret to anybody. But we don't know for 100% certainty. We don't know what the club want. We don't know where they want to move to. I get the feeling that we are going to get a new stadium, absolutely. But where is still in doubt. But 28,000 people have signed a petition demanding a referendum regarding the new stadium. Now, I'm intrigued as to know what you guys think, because if 28,000 people can sign a petition saying we don't want a new stadium on those grounds, surely we can all join in a petition to sign and say, well, we do want a stadium in them grounds. 50, 60, 70, 80,000 signatures going on that to overwrite that one. Why can't we do that? I know it's a bit far out, it's a bit crazy thought, I guess. But, if they want to sign a petition to go against Newcastle building a new ground, then why can't we sign one to have all the Newcastle fans say, yes, we want one? And just, listen, whatever Newcastle United planned or where they plan on building the new stadium, there is no doubt that they were going to get pushback from environmentalists or wildlife people or whatever. And I don't have a problem with that. These people, they truly believe what they think and go about it, as long as they go about it in the right way. I don't have a problem with people protesting and when they're jumping in front of diggers and risking their lives and causing problems like that, then I do have a problem with that. But pushback is something very normal in life when you are going to build a new property anywhere. Everybody goes through this problem. And it seems like Newcastle United are in the same boat. However, Newcastle did put a statement out not long ago saying that they were going down the proper channels before they would announce anything to the fans. They wanted local government and national government approval before they did or announced anything. So, listen, it's all still to come. But I guess we're just waiting for an announcement of where the stadium's going to be. It may well not be on Leazes Park. I mean, it probably will be, let's be fair. But it may not. So we don't know. Let's just wait and see what happens. But there will be pushback, guys. Absolutely 100%. 28,000 signatures. Mental. And finally, is the James Trafford deal in doubt? Because Manchester City have revealed they have a 20% sell-on clause for the goalkeeper. Now, that could be a reason that Burnley are asking for 40 million, because they know that a chunk of it is going to go to Manchester City. So if they sell him at their what they believe to be valued at 30 million originally, they're going to lose 20% of that to Manchester City. So is that why they have put the additional fee on, and Burnley don't really want to budge on that because they don't want to lose too much money? We've seen it before. These clubs that have sell-on clauses from the previous teams and clubs, it can cause all sorts of problems when it comes to selling them on to a new club for a lot of money. James Trafford has earned the right to be valued at around 30 million quid. Burnley are now saying we want 40 because 20% of the transfer fee is going to Manchester City. So Luke Edwards has asked the question, is the deal scuppered and will Newcastle look elsewhere for a goalkeeper? I mean, the goalkeeping situation, listen, it's been a joke on this channel for a long time, about how many goalkeepers we have and things like that, and wearing dressing gowns and organising nights out and things like that. But this is genuinely I think, the number one goalkeeper for not just Newcastle, but for England for years to come. If he really sticks to his guns, gets his head down and plays well. And I believe the perfect manager to oversee all that is ours in Eddie Howe. So I think we will push for Trafford, but I don't think we're going to be pushed around, certainly in the way we were for the likes of Mark Gahey last year, because that was bordering on pathetic, the way we were tread by Palace and goalposts moving left, right and centre. But it's an interesting one. But there you go. Let me know in the comments below regarding all the stories. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, as usual, please give it a like and do subscribe if you're new. It is completely free to subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload or a live show. We're very close to 40k, guys. We're really pushing now, so please help us get there by subscribing. And, of course, check the website out for all your TTR merchandise. It's thetoonreview.com. Get something for yourself, for your family, for a friend. It really does help the channel as well. If you're watching this on Thursday afternoon, we're back tonight with a full transfer show again. We'll be having a look at loads more names that are linked with the club. Alex will be back, of course, as well. So it should be a cracking show. So if you're watching this on Thursday afternoon, check it out tonight at 7. But until then, we'll see you soon. Take care.